care meets a personal touch. We specialize in medical weight loss, IV hydration therapy, hormone replacement therapy, primary and holistic care, and advanced wound care and mobile services. At LifeGuide Healthcare, we bring care directly to you with mobile and in-home services available, conveniently serving the community with fast appointments and customized treatment plans. Call us today at 770-557-1079. LifeGuide Healthcare, your partner in better health.
Do you need an insurance agent who truly provides personalized service? An agent who sees you as more than just another policy number? Contact State Farm agent Natalie Daly. Natalie takes the time to understand you, your family, your goals, your business, and everything you have worked hard to build. She believes insurance should feel personal. That means clear guidance, thoughtful service, and coverage options centered around what matters most to you. Whether you are protecting your vehicle, your home, your family, your business, or your future, Natalie is ready to listen, answer your questions, and help you move forward with confidence. Because the right protection begins with the right conversation. Contact State Farm agent Natalie Daly today. The number to call is 678 263 3997. That is 678 263 3997.
Blessings in the booth where the lights stay low. Father, guide the hands of reds, make the vision flow. Behind the scenes, the spirit is the energy we use. In this divine liberty, we got nothing left to lose. Son of the Most High, watching every single wire, building up the broadcast with a hedge of holy fire. Holy Ghost, move through the airways. Jesus covered the team, the people the Father saves. Spirit in the sound, Holy Spirit in the light. We walking in the victory, winning every fight.
Morning, everybody. Morning. So if you are you're an American, good morning. If you're from the Caribbean, morning. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Voices Behind the Mask, the talk show where we unmask real people with real stories that are intended not just to impact, but to transform your life, where we tell you that is your season to go, to grow, and to glow in your purpose. On every single show, we unmask real people with real stories that are intended to definitely impact your life. We're here and we are all about transformation. But before we begin this morning's conversation, let us start by opening in prayer. Mighty God, I give you praise, I give you honor, I give you glory. Lord Jesus, there is no one else like you. Lord God, there is no one else above you. Mighty God, we are here this morning only because of grace and only because of your mercies. Father God, you continue to cover us, mighty God. You continue to surround us, Lord Jesus. And we thank you. You continue to strengthen us, Lord God, because we are nothing by ourselves. This morning as we come before you in new conversations, Lord God, conversations that are about to change lives, that are changing lives this morning. Father God, I pray for your covering over my guests that are in the studio this morning with me. Father God, I pray, mighty God, for your mighty right hand upon this initiative this morning. Father God, I pray, mighty God, for your blessings upon me this morning. Father God, I pray that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, because you, oh God, are my strength and my redeemer. Mighty God, I come against every weapon that is drawn the hemisphere and atmosphere this morning against this talk show. Mighty God, I pray for you. I pray, mighty God, that you will cover even Reds this morning who is in the studio with me. Father God, I pray this morning that you take control of every technicality this morning, Lord Jesus. You take control over everything, over every single thing that will take place this morning in the studio. And for my listeners out there in Radio Land and those on Facebook and those on YouTube, mighty God, surround them with your grace, surround them with your mercy. And most of all, God, I ask you this morning to guide them into who they are and help them to walk into their true purpose. Amen. So welcome again, everybody, to Voices Behind the Mask. Wherever you're joining from this morning, we are so glad to have you with us this morning. We are so glad to have you with us this morning. And before we go further in any the conversation, I want you to help me to welcome our guests who are in studio. I'll tell you a little bit about who is with me this morning. If you are watching on a platform, I want to just take a minute to, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to Caribbean Life TV. Go ahead and subscribe. And yes, that's how you'll get it every morning. And go ahead also, if you're on Facebook, like and share. Drop in the comment where you are listening in from. And I also want to invite you to follow me, Dr. Alderene Foote, on Facebook, and Voices Behind the Mask on Instagram, and Voices Behind the Mask on TikTok. All right, so I'm not a big TikToker yet, but I'm trying. That is how you can stay connected to Voices Behind the Mask and Dr. Alderene Foote and all the stuff that I'm doing out there. This week, if you did not get a chance, I launched the Where Purpose Begin Masterclass, and that was an amazing experience. So the next time it is offered, it will be offered in its true authentically how it was created, and that is, it is actually a boot camp. So the next time it will actually be a 3-day boot camp. People were really excited. People said it was thought-provoking. You know, they got a chance. There are questions they never asked themselves. So jump on the next one. And there was free giveaways too, so you also missed that. So talk to us in the comment. Let us know who you are. Tag somebody, tag a parent. And there's a reason for that this morning. Tag a parent, tag an educator, tag a mentor, tag a business owner. Tag somebody so that they also can jump on. So this morning is a little bit different. So normally at this point, I'll be reading a biography, you know, and introducing you in that way to our guests. But I want you to first understand that this conversation this morning is about a mission. All right, it's about a mission. So today we're talking about the initiative called Beyond the Backpack. That is what we will be talking about this morning. So Beyond the Backpack is a flagship program of Global Humanity Network, Inc. All right. A nonprofit humanitarian organization committed to advancing human development and improving the lives of the underserved communities. The initiative was launched in Jamaica this August. But the name itself tells us something important. This is about going beyond giving a child a backpack. Beyond school supplies, beyond helping for one day, beyond beginning a school year. Beyond the Backpack is designed as a structured 3-year student support program intended to address some of the barriers that can prevent children from reaching their potential. The initiative includes academic resources, nutritional assistance, mentorship, leadership development, family engagement, and continuous student monitoring. Its inaugural cohort consists of 10 grade 4 students from Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Anova, and Trelawney. And this is not a small commitment. Global Humanity Network has outlined an investment of approximately US $2,000 per student per year for 3 years. That is $6,000 invested in each child, representing an initial commitment of approximately $60,000 for the first cohort of 10 students. But the 10 children are only the beginning. The long-term vision is to expand beyond the backpack across all 14 parishes of Jamaica and ultimately reaching approximately 2,000. That's a lot. 500 students over the next 10 years. Think about that for a moment. Not simply giving children something to carry to school, but helping them carry a vision for their future. That is the conversation that we're having this morning. And one of the people, two persons, two people that are helping to make this vision sustainable. With us in studio, we have Dr. Donna Thompson, and she is the director and vice president of Global Humanity Network. We also have with us in studio Dr. Laxley Stevenson, the founding director and president and CEO. Welcome, Dr. Laxley. Welcome, Dr. Donna. Welcome to Voices Behind the Mask. What an initiative.
Thank you.
Oh my Lord. It seemed like every time that I learn something more, it just blows my mind. Like I said, this morning on my way to the show, I was listening to the video, the ad that was before, the ad that was promoting the launch. And I mean, wow, it's a lot of work, but it's a really, amazing initiative, a commendable initiative. So we're here with our guest this morning. Collision with Purpose has been recognized by the Global Humanity Network as a national sustainability partner for Beyond the Backpack. Yes. Their commitment is helping to support the long-term sustainability of the initiative and expand pathways of opportunity, stability, and success for students. So this morning, we are not simply asking what is beyond the backpack. We're going behind the initiative. We're going behind the partnership. And because this is Voices Behind the Mask, we're also going behind the titles to discover something about the woman and the man that is in studio with us, and the team, because there's a team, and I'm going to reel out some of the other members of the team in a minute. The team who decided that investing in the future of children was worth saying yes to. Dr. Donna, Dr. Laxley, again, welcome. So before I do that, I'm going to highlight the leadership team. So I already told you about Dr. Laxley and Dr. Donna's the role they play, but there's Dr. Binzi Roy Davidson, and he's another founding director and vice president. There is Miss Martin Davis, and she's a director and executive secretary. We have Dr. Andrea McIntosh, and she is the director and treasurer. And Dr. Delroy Frey, and he is one of the founding directors. Dr. Arthur Hines, and he's a director. Dr. Garfield McCook, another director. Dr. Grace Lang Moore, and she's another director. Dr. Earl Satahu, I got it right, another director. Dr. Ryan O'Keithing, another one of the directors. Miss Stacy Andua, another one of the director. And Dr. Miranda Wellington, another director. And so you have a large team, a large initiative with a lot of work, so that is needed. All right. So my first question this morning as we start out, Dr. Donna, is for you. Dr. Donna, people see like the position that you hold, a businesswoman and a national sustainability partner. But who is Donna Thompson behind the titles, and what experience in your life shaped you to be sitting with us today and being a part of such, I'm just going to use the word awesome initiative?
I think probably to sum that up is I'm a servant leader. And that is innate in me. That's how I was raised. It's in my DNA. So going out into the community and helping others, it's just my nature. And being a part of Global Humanity Network and doing the work and just being out in the community and really trying to help the underserved, who oftentimes they're overlooked. That is something that is dear to my heart. So I think besides all the titles and accolades, that is who I am, is I'm a servant leader to humanity.
All right, thanks. And that's very important because, and I had the conversation with somebody yesterday, because that's a part of purpose. That's part of who you are. And a lot of us are like persons like you. We're helpers. That's what we're called to do. So it's not something, if you are not called to do this, not something that you can just, because it takes a lot of work.
It does.
It takes a lot of work. Dr. Laxley, a lot of people hear a collision with purpose, and now they're hearing Global Humanity Network. Can you give us clarity in terms of the relationship between the names and what is the umbrella organization? What is a child organization, if that is how it's set up? Just because they know, they associate you with a coalition with purpose and a Global Humanity Network, and tell us about the relationship between both organizations.
Certainly. But before I do that, let me say, you said that when you talk about the numbers, you say it's huge. It's a lot, and you say the work is a lot, but what we see behind those numbers are lives, are students, families, communities, and Jamaica, of course. So we don't see it as a lot. We see 2,500 lives, transformed as very small. So we don't see it as this huge thing. We see it as getting more people involved to make it even bigger. That's what we see. Because when we look at a backpack, and backpack carry supplies, and when you look beyond the backpack, you see dreams, right? Students carrying dreams. So when you look at that, then you see the numbers are too small. we need to really scale that up to 5,000 to 10,000. That's how we need to be looking at this thing, right? So the difference between a collision with purpose and Global Humanity Network, there's two separate organizations, two different organizations. One is not an umbrella, the other, so forth. A collision with purpose is a business that I'm the president and CEO and Dr. Donna is the CFO. It just so happened that Global Humanity Network, we have some of the same folks involved.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the same folks. Dr. Donna is a vice president, and I am fortunate enough to be the president and CEO of that organization as well. So two different organizations, some of our work overlap. Collision with Purpose tend to do more work in places like Africa and here in the United States. Global Humanity Network, even though we've done work in Africa as well, most of our work is focused in Jamaica, where most of us are from. I think, Dr. Donna, if I'm right, I think only one member you talk about that 13-member board, and you said it's huge. Most of us, except for one, we're from Jamaica. And we tend to focus our energies and effort in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love what you said. I love what you said earlier. When you said, it's not about the numbers. We don't focus on numbers. And I love that. And numbers comes in many forms. Numbers, you're talking about the amount of students that you're serving, and as you build, that numbers will grow. You're talking about, and I'm glad you touched on that. One of the first things people will see, how much the initiative is going to cost. But it's not about the numbers, and I think this ties in earlier to my question that I asked Dr. Donna about why. The why behind this is that if you understand, this is not about any form of numbers, it's about helping these kids to get to that finish line, and grow this initiative so you can help more kids to get to the finish line. So I love that. All right, let's connect purpose. My show is about purpose, beyond the backpack. Dr. Laxa, same question for you. The why beyond the backpack?
For me, it's a sense of responsibility. We've been working with students at the high school and primary school level in Jamaica for quite a while now. It's not new. This is just an expansion of our work beyond the backpack. So realizing what is going on, when you go to a high school, especially in rural areas in Jamaica, you find so many of the students can't read, but they're passed on into the high school because you can't tie up the system or bog the system down. So with that said, some of us are in a position, and it's an opportunity for us to give back. And for me and from our directors, it's all about nation building. It's about building Jamaica. So this big thing about purpose and all that stuff, it's more responsibility. And I'm here to say to any Jamaican, all Jamaicans, and anyone out there, whether it's in Jamaica or not, that is a responsibility you should take on seriously. So I don't get caught up into this big purpose thing. And where this is concerned, this is life. These are people, students who need our support. And that's what this thing is all about. For me, from a personal level and from our organization, from an organizational standpoint, is to do what you can to make a difference.
Awesome. And you're touching on some stuff this morning. And as you spoke, I'm thinking, you said responsibility. And, even going back to how we grew up, where the community knew they had a responsibility for the children. It maybe looked different back in the day, but there's a response. Everybody had a responsibility for the children, because when our generation is gone, that generation is the one that is going to take over. And if we don't prepare them, they are going to be in problems. So it is so important for an initiative like this to prepare our kids for the next level, Let me put it that way. Tell me about a little bit about, so the launch was on August 11th in Jamaica. Tell us a little bit about the preparation moving to the launch. I know we saw the kids at the launch. The kids were at the launch. So we had some of the people, and this is for the audience because Dr. Laxley is already aware. Some of the people that were, so you had Dr. Denzel Williams, and that's the principal of the University of the West Indies. You had Miss Keisha Johnson. She's director and donor and partnership management for the National Education Trust, that is NET. You had an auction. We're going to talk a little bit about all of those. There's an auction presented by Romaine McNeil, and that's from Romaine Creates. And again, we talk about responsibility. How everybody was taking on their own responsibility and playing their part. And that is what we're here to talk about this morning, to get everybody to play their part. So if you're listening in, we're going to tell you how you can get an opportunity to play your part. We had Dr. Vinette Malcolm, Sheffield, and that's a principal of Sheffield High School, primary school, sorry. We had Miss Kennedy Davison, ACEO Guidance and Counseling, and she attended on behalf of Dr. Kaysan Troop, Permanent Secretary of the from the Ministry of Education. And we also have the Honorable Delana Seavright, Minister of State, MP and Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. And we had Dr. McCook was there, and he's one of your directors. We had, the church was involved, so we had the Bishop Glendon McNish, who was also there, and these are all the persons who played their part in the function. There were more people. These are the people who were played a part on the program. And we have Dr. Barbara Wint, the sax diva, and we have, yes, so we had a number of people, and Dr. Laxley, you were there as well.
I led the initiative, but not just that. We also had Damian Crawford, Member of Parliament, who's the opposition spokesperson for education and childhood development in Jamaica. He was also a speaker at the event. And who else was there? A number of other.
Yeah, number. I saw the videos. Some persons I know, but one of the things that jumped out at me as I watched these videos is that you could see the genuine happiness on the faces of everybody. You know, it's like people felt that, again, they saw change. It could be the change that's coming for these kids. They saw the importance of an initiative like this. They also saw, you know, the why, talking about the why. Why am I supposed to be here? And the what, you know, how can I help? What can I do to be a part of this? A backpack can help a child get ready for school.
Before you go there, can I take you into the room?
Yes, take me into the room.
Let's talk about what happened, right? So this was a partnership between Global Humanity Network and the University of the West Indies. We're in partnership together. They're 100% on board with us and the work we're doing with Beyond the Backpack. This was also a partnership with the Jamaican government, led by the Minister of State, Industry and Commerce, Delana Seavright. He was our guest, keynote speaker, and he committed his ministry 100% with this program. There's also a partnership with NET, National Education Trust, and they're an arm of the Education Ministry in Jamaica. So what we're building is, we're forging partnerships, and that's what we did. So the Vice Chancellor, who is Professor Dr. Williams, I sent a letter to him and asking for a partnership, and he's 100%. University of the West Indies, and we all know what that is all about, is on board with us. So this initiative is not just Global Humanity Network, it's families, it's principals from all over the country, it's schools, and that's what this initiative is all about.
So you have partnership coming from every single level, and this is very important. Everybody, when there's a vision, and because the partnership is provision, and I've always said that when there's a vision, there needs to be provision. And so the partnership is provision from every single sector of the Jamaican, let me use the Jamaican community, but not just the Jamaican community, it's a global. And so I'm saying to people, this is not just in Jamaica. This we need everybody to be on board, everybody to jump on board and be a part of this and help these kids to get to their finish line. It's about taking these kids to their finish line. And we talk about the word sustainability, because sustainability, tell me a little bit, we're going to talk a little bit about that, Doc, because sustainability says that it's not just for this generation of kids.
Right.
It's for all the generation that is coming behind them. So what I love about this, when we talk about sustainability, is that even after we are gone, this initiative is gonna still live. So if you think about sustainability and think about beyond the backpack, how would you use that word to describe beyond the backpack?
Right. So beyond the backpack, we operate on 4 pillars. First one is access. Next one is stability. The third one is advancement. And the fourth one is sustainability. How do we keep these children, these kids, moving forward? That's what sustainability is for us. Securing the funding to keep the program going so we can scale it across all 14 parishes. That's what sustainability is. And then like I said, the first one is what I say, access, Dr. Donna. 4 pillars. So it's not just sustainability. Before you can get to sustainability, you must have a program, right? And you must give the access to these students who, under normal conditions, they will never receive a scholarship. And that's what our program is all about. It's about serving the underserved. Children that would not be looked at for to receive a scholarship. Dr. Donna, how many students submitted application? You want to speak on that?
Sure. We had 47 students that submitted applications. And to Dr. Stevenson's point, our program, it's not about the students who are the high achievers with high grades. So these are students who they may have low grades, but based on socioeconomic parameters, they're not able to do well in school. So from our 47 applications, to be quite honest with you, all those students met the criteria. They all need the service. They all need assistance. So that was something that we also had to figure out, looking at these applications and seeing that all these children and families, because it's not just the children, it's the family, the entire dynamic, right? The home, they meet these criteria. So then we had to figure out, this is all we had. We only had 10 scholarships. So then we had to figure out, how are we going to select 10 students?
And
because they're all so deserving of this, they all need it.
And I think you said you use a computerized.
Yes. So we put the information in a software system, a software database, and just pretty much gave it the instructions, and had the system select the students for us. That was the only way that you could really do it, so that you didn't have that human element. Because even reading the stories, they're very touching. It becomes emotional, right? So of course you can definitely, based on your emotion, just select. So we had to put that in a database so that it could actually do that for us.
And let me add to that. Our program is set up as such where we have a selection criteria framework. So everything is documented, how we're going to do this. We have systems in place, the amount of monies we're providing will can purchase and so forth. And it should be noted that none of the monies that we're committing to these students for support is going to them directly. We're going to do a needs assessment. We're meeting with all 10 principals from all the schools, and we're going to have them, they're going to assign a person, a teacher, or a guidance counselor to that student, to each student. So this is not something where it's not transactional. We're out of that business. It's not charitable. As I said earlier, it's nation building. We're building Jamaica where it needs to be built. Because we understand that the future of Jamaica has a face, and that face is that student who is attending school here, there, wherever, walking to school, can't get to school, and so forth. So that is what our thing. But then the question came up, what about the 38 students?
The 38, right.
So what about the 38 students?
I'm going to share that with your audience. So at an additional cost of $19,000 US, we will be looking out for those 38 students.
I love that.
We'll be looking. Now, this part now is transactional. We're not going to do this every year. But because of these students, and when you read their stories, they're all deserving of support. And without support, what will happen? You have students who can't come to school because they don't have meal on their, can't breakfast. You have students who can't come to school because of transportation, because of clothing, and so forth and so forth. So while some students are not performing, you have to ask the question, why are they not performing? It's not lack of intelligence or lack of talent. It's because of other situations in their lives. So that is what Beyond the Backpack is about. It's going beyond the supplies in the backpack. That's what it's about.
I two things. Dr. Donna said, it's not that we're not choosing the kids like the top tier 1 students. And I used to teach, you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Right.
And that even within itself even pose problems. So we are not choosing the top, and that's what happens. Like the ones that are the quote unquote students who are considered tier 1. And I love that, because as I listen to you as a former educator, it's a tier 1 students who are always getting the help.
Right.
And so there are other students, and then piggybacking on that, Dr. Laxley substantiated that when he said, all of these kids need help. And if you hear their stories, and they're not learning, learning is not affected because they're not intelligent. Learning is a lot of times affected because of the socioeconomic conditions that they are going through. And so you are dealing even indirectly.
Directly.
We
don't do anything indirectly.
Right. So,
everything is by design.
So directly, you are touching on a number of different issues. This is not just about the finances, about the socioeconomic issue, the child. I remember listening to an interview that you did, and they interviewed one of the little boys, and he was happy that, I'm getting help. That was the part that he was excited about. Right. I'm getting help. And it's so good to hear their voice and how they see how this initiative will change your lives.
Let me say something. So our program, again, is the whole child. So the most important part of our program is our mentoring piece. And we're not just assigning one mentor per child, with multiple, because we understand that these kids, they must go home. And if they're going home to a situation, an environment that is not conducive for learning, where you teach them in school and then you go home and things fall apart, this program or any type of scholarship program is useless. So what we're doing, we're assigning mentors not just to the child but also to the guardian or family member, and that is what will set us apart, our program, from all other programs out there. You know, that's the difference. It's a whole child approach that includes schools, includes businesses, you know, faith organizations, nonprofit organizations, government agencies, and I share some of the agencies, government agencies who are on board with us in a 100% partnership setup. So that is what we're building. That is what Beyond the Backpack is all about, engaging and bringing every sector of society, of our population on board. So that is the true definition of Beyond the Backpack.
And then just I want to piggyback on what Dr. Stevenson said, because this is also important for our listeners to hear, is that, you know, we're saying that we're mentoring the students and also incorporating their parents, their guardian, whomever is, you know, in charge of that child. Because some of these children, they don't have parents. It's grandmothers or aunts or whomever that's raising some of these children. And that is one very important part of our application process. The guardian or the parent, they had to sign on and agree that they were going to be a part, an active part of these children's future, their learning, and for them to be able to stay in the program so that they can be successful. So it's not just saying we're going to mentor you, but you as a guardian, you have to agree to the success of this student. And that's also to your point that you had made earlier about community and helping, you know, children back in the day. Now we're trying to bring that back in, because we're making you're going to have to agree to say, yes, I am going to be a part of helping my child to get to that next level. And so we're going to hold those parents accountable, and in different arenas, right? Because of course we know some of those guardians or parents, they may have their own challenges. So we know we may have to find other resources as well to help them so that they can help the student to be successful. So that's where our application process, the guardian or the parent, they do have to sign and agree to the scholarship, and that they are agreeing to be a part of that child's success as well.
Yeah, 'cause we're not replacing parents.
Right.
We're not replacing and taking charge of their responsibility, because a key element of our program is accountability. It's accountability. So parents and, you know, community members must, you know, maintain, you know, and their accountability, right? In this program. So yeah, that's who we are. That's what we're about.
And even that part of it, where, because I think that's another issue too, where you'll have initiatives, but they're going back to the same situation. So it's important. I see this like a journey, and you know, there's so many people. All the stakeholders, all the necessary stakeholders are a part of the journey, and so, you know, it's the collaborative effort allow those conversations, and you don't drop the ball, because everybody's involved, so you're able. So one thing is missing here. You already have the person who you connect with. So I absolutely love that. I love the fact that the parents are. Doc, you look like you want to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you talk about a journey, and that is why grade 4 students, you must be a grade 4 student to qualify for the scholarship, because you go from grade 4, 5, and 6. We're walking with these students from grade 4 into high school. We're preparing them to perform and succeed in high school, and that's what this program is about. It's a journey, and it's a journey that with many stakeholders involved and so forth. So yeah, it is a journey indeed.
Wow, we are here with Dr. Laxa Stevenson and Dr. Donna Thompson, and we're here talking about the Beyond the Backpack initiative. A backpack can help a child to get ready for school, but Beyond the Backpack, recognizing that the challenges, all the challenges based on the conversation we're having, facing a child, that they don't disappear. so they understand that mission. So we are going to take a quick break and listen to our sponsor, and then we are going to come back. There is a question from one of our viewers on YouTube, and we will respond to that question. My guests will respond to that question when we get back.
Do you need an insurance agent who truly provides personalized service? An agent who sees you as more than just another policy number? Contact State Farm agent Nally Daly. Nally takes the time to understand you, your family, your goals, your business, and everything you have worked hard to build. She believes insurance should feel personal. That means clear guidance, thoughtful service, and coverage options centered around what matters most to you. Whether you are protecting your vehicle, your home, your family, your business, or your future, Nally is ready to listen, answer your questions, and help you move forward with confidence. Because the right protection begins with the right conversation. Contact State Farm agent Nally Daly today. The number to call is 678-263-3997. That is 678-263-3997.
How long is your break?
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Voices Behind the Mask. We have in studio with us Dr. Laxley Stevenson and Dr. Donna Thompson, and we are talking about the Beyond the Backpack initiative. And before we go to the questions, I have something to show you. So, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this backpack. So you see the label here is a Beyond the Backpack, and let me show you. So there's not just one size, there is a smaller size. So I know some people are saying that, and I'll tell you a little bit about how you can actually get one or two of these. So you might be saying, oh, that one is too large for my child or for myself. It's not just for children. This is a smaller one, and some of us like the smaller bags too. So this is a smaller one. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, but I wanted you to see. I might even model it this morning. You never know. You know I like to do stuff like that, so you never know. So, and this question, Dr. Donna and Dr. Laxley, could be for either of you. The initiative includes mentorship, nutrition, academic resources, leadership development, and family engagement and ongoing monitoring. Why do you believe that kind of sustained whole child approach is so important, particularly for students in underserved communities?
I would say just imagine that you are a young child, right? We're looking at grade 4. You're probably around 9, 10 years old, and you have all these big dreams and ideas. You know, we can all go back to that day when we were 9 and 10. And you're living in a situation where either you're, it's a single family, or maybe mom and dad, you may be farmers or whatever. They don't have it. You're going to school, you may not have shoes, you may not have clothes, you may not have food. So many different dynamics. And, I can even just speak on my personal experience as a child growing up with a single mom. And there were days when she had to struggle to feed me. Right? And how you think that impacted me going to school? You're coming home, your mom is struggling. You're not going to learn. You're not thinking about what that teacher in front of you is saying. You're thinking about what I'm going back to. And so when we have these children in these kind of environments, we know that they have dreams, they have hopes, they have aspirations, they have skills, they have talents that we were all gifted with when we were placed here on this earth, right? And they just need that one person to look at them and say, you're worth it. And here's a pathway to help you to get there. And that's why what we're doing is so important, because that one child, those children that we're going to help, automatically, I'm telling you, they're going to give back. They're going to pay it forward. Because they know that this is probably my one opportunity to do well in school, to go to school, feel like I'm someone, feel like I'm important. And my self-esteem, you can't tell me I can't do nothing in this world. So that's why Beyond the Backpack is so important.
Let me
I love
add
that.
what Dr. Donna is saying, because where there are gaps, there are problems, right? And what if the child's got everything except for two things that's missing? No transportation, no food. They have talent, they have skills, they have all those things. You have to look at the whole child. If not, what will you have is what you currently have. You're not going to change and impact change if you take a real broad, you have to narrow in on the problems to have solutions, and that's what this is all about. That's why the whole child approach is critical and necessary for what we're doing, right? And we have testimonials from our directors, from so many individuals that had I had the opportunity with mentors, my life would be so different. So it's a no-brainer. If you want to be transactional and get transactional results, then do it the other way. Just send some money and say, here's $1,000 and we'll never see you again. And guess what you're going to get? You don't know what you're going to get. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to mitigate all of those fallouts and potentials, disruptions and so forth. We're working so that we, as much as you possibly can, guarantee success for these students. And Dr. Donna said it, there's a component in our selection and criteria framework. There is a give back component where the students sign on that they will come back and walk with someone once they're done.
I heard it, but I didn't understand that that was what you were. So they actually sign that they are, when they get their help, they're signing that they are coming back to help. I love that.
It's in the application
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they fill out, they complete. So it's not a charitable act. We are a non-profit agency, but we're not a charitable organization, right? We're not into that charity business. You can't solve problems through charity.
And something jumped out at me, you know, like just like you, Dr. Donna. I grew up coming home and trying to figure out, on your way home, you're trying to figure out, is there food on the table? And then Dr. Laxley, I think it's either your Dr. Laxley said it, that you know, a lot of people, even some of the directors are saying, you know, what if, you know, when you start tapping into who you are, you realize the potential that you carry, you're saying, what if I, you know, had that type of system? So we already know what this initiative is going to be doing for these kids. Because, and another thing, it's about that $500 or $1,000. You can give a child even $5,000. But after you give them that $5,000, they say, oh, I gave them $5,000 and didn't make anything, because it needs way more than that, than charity.
Than charity.
And I love that. It's like we throw out, I've never even thought about it like that. We throw around the word charity. You know, we're doing charity, I use it too. But now you think about it, you're saying, you know, charity, you give something and you're gone.
Right.
What happens beyond the backpack? So this is very important. Reds, we have a video. This video was, I think, when
Promotional video.
the promotional video for the launch. I want to play that video. And if you're watching, and yes, we're coming back to the question that was on the screen. We are coming back to the question. So what you're seeing on the screen is the launch of Beyond the Backpack, and this was in Jamaica, and this happened at the University of the West Indies.
Yes.
Again, one of the partners, and that's another thing I love, is the partnership. You know, this is not again about people. If you partner, you're gonna stay. It's like partnership is a relationship, and it's a committed relationship. So you know you are going to stay. So it's not like, okay, we give you these, we are here with you today and we are gone tomorrow. So I love the fact that this is more of a partnership. So if you're watching on the screen, you can see, you maybe can identify some of the people on the screen. Some of them you can't. But yes, this was, and you saw the kids. And that's another thing I loved about what I saw as I watched. Because, you know, I was watching the whole thing, every time it comes up on Facebook, I was there seeing, you know, what was going on. The kids were in the room. Parents were in the room too, Doc.
Well, that's the thing. Commitment to receive a scholarship, you had to commit to come to the event with your child. So the parents came. The principals or a representative from the school also showed up. So again, it's a whole child approach. So they had to be there as well. Yeah, commitment.
Awesome. I love that. Adasa is saying solid words, so encouraging, so amazing, well said.
Yeah. Another thing too, we had, this is how thorough and complete our program is. In order to advertise and get these kids in the media, we had to get them to sign to give us agreement that they are okay with us posting them and so forth. Because, you know, you can't just put kids out there like that.
Yes.
You have to be very careful. So we covered all those angles, in our preparation, in our documentation.
Awesome.
And we had a theory of logic why this program was so critical. So it was quite a thorough preparation, you know, for this. Yeah.
I love that.
I shared a video with you. I sent it to your WhatsApp. I'm not sure if you're able to. I think it's a different one. I shared a different one. That is our promotional video telling you about how you can donate. I shared one from the event with your WhatsApp. I'm not sure if you received it.
All right. Let us, we're talking about donations. So let us now talk about donation. Let us start with the bag. The bag. And this is well built. I mean, it's really, 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 really nice. I'll show you all in a minute what the bag looks like. Many different compartments. We have the cup holder section of it. Ooh, I didn't see all this. You had this, there's this side compartment. And when I say it's well built, it's really, really well built. It's really well built. Oh, there are two cup holders.
Right.
Let's see the inside. On the inside, you have other compartments as well. If you have a laptop, so if you have your laptop and then there's a mini, so this looks like it can hold.
There's a charging.
And the charging.
Oh, and there's a
connection as
charging
well.
connection inside of it.
And it has a really nice support system on the back.
On the back, that's
Yeah,
what
for
I
the back,
saw,
yeah.
yes. So there is support on the back of it. We're gonna talk about the donations in a minute. Hold on. We're gonna talk about the donations in a minute. I'm gonna stand for a little bit and I'm gonna put this backpack on and show you. So if this part of it is the support, but there's a pocket. It's
Not like if you have a like a carry-on, you could just stick that over
but
your.
This is different.
Yeah.
Usually you just have those two little straps, but this is different.
It's larger.
Yes, I absolutely love this. So I want to show the audience. I want them to really see what it is that you get when you donate. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I need to model. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on. See yourself going, you're going camping, you have your backpack on, you're going through the airport, and it has that black, green, and gold. So beyond the backpack is in black, green, and gold. And there's so many compartments you can put your computer in. I know I love bringing my laptop. You can bring 2 laptops, by the way. You can pack, you don't want to put your laptop in, you can pack your clothes, you can pack your book. You're going to work. I know a lot of people like to bring their backpacks to work. You can bring it to work. If you don't want it, you can also buy one for your child. You can buy one for somebody. You can buy it as a gift. Christmas is coming. Birthdays are coming. Somebody needs a backpack, and this is for a worthy cause. And we're going to talk about the donations in a minute and how you can contribute. But this, I feel like I don't even want to sit back down, but I have to because I have an interview to do. I have an interview to complete, but I love it. And I wish that you could all feel the texture of it.
Quality.
The quality is really, really good. So let's start with the backpack. How can somebody get a backpack?
So we're doing pre-order right now. It's all about pre-order. And again, a donation of $100 pre-order. We need 200 of those by the end of August. 200 pre-order, right? By the end of August. We, of course, we'll take 400.
So I'm taking one.
All right?
I'm committing to one.
Order number 1. Your order number 1. Isn't that powerful? Order number 1. You know, I brought those with me to Jamaica, and they wanted to take it away from me. So many people out there wanted to take it away. This is mine, but we couldn't leave that, right? Because there's going to be one more modification we're going to make to it, to the backpack.
Because it's a prototype.
It's a prototype,
Right,
yeah.
right.
The prototype. So, pre-order.
And if this is already so good, people, and Dr. Laxley is saying that they have another. I don't think this personally. I personally don't even think it needs anything, right? But Dr. Laxley is saying there's another modification.
It's like if you turn it around, and this is a possibility. You see where those straps are? On the ends, you might see it come.
Here?
It's a yellow streak.
No, on the
straps. You might see the yellow streak coming down on the sides.
Oh.
That strap. Just on the side, the edges. The
Oh,
yellow
so on
streak.
the edge here?
No, the
top
big
part.
strap.
Oh,
yeah,
here.
Yeah, you might
So
see the yellow.
Yeah, you might
Oh,
see
that
yellow.
is gonna be beautiful.
And on the zipper, you might see a
zipper.
gold zipper.
Yeah.
Oh, that is gonna be so bread. What do you
that's
think?
what you'll like
That's
to
gonna
see
be
that. But and the
beautiful.
price will remain the same.
And the
But
price
that is why we need to keep the price the same and enhance it.
And
That's why we
don't
need the
surprise
200.
either, Doc. You're not purchasing the laptop,
it's
the
a
the
donation.
backpack.
It's a
What
donation.
you're actually doing is donating $100
And get something in
And you-
return.
and you get something in
Absolutely.
return.
We're not selling
you
that.
get
And when I
something.
tell you, oh my God, the quality of this bag feels so good.
And it had to, because if we're sustainability, we have to step out, and the kind of program we're building, it's got to be built around quality, because we're about producing and building quality students. So everything that is going to be connected to these students
It's
must
quality.
be measured, with quality. We also have our shirts. These shirts, we call them our executive shirts. They're $65, and we have our T-shirts, which is another high-end type of T-shirt for $25. If you notice in the videos or the pictures that you're watching from the launch, almost everyone was wearing their T-shirts. Yeah,
And we have
Yes.
caps.
we have.
So
here's the-
beyond, so there's a lot of merchandise. I'm
Yes.
coming back in a minute to hold on to that one. Where can we get? And so you're not just donating. When you donate, every single thing you get is when you donate, you are getting something in return. There were some questions from YouTube. So Candy was asking, what happens to the non-selected? And we answered that, but I think there's another part of her question that we didn't answer. She's asking, are they put on file for the next scholarship year?
Only grade 4 students. They
Right.
will move.
Oh,
Yeah, they would have moved
all
on.
right.
And the reason why only grade 4 students, because it's a 3-year scholarship walking you into high school. So grade 4, 5, and 6 are the years we support the students. So you can only start with grade 4 students. So that's how the program is built. And that's how you achieve sustainability and all those things, stability and advancement.
So the program is for grade 4, grade 5, grade 6.
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
Grade 4, and then you walk them through 4, 5, and 6.
You stay with them.
You stay with them.
You stay with them, and you release them into high school.
Correct.
Prepare them to
Prepare
go
them.
to high school.
Prepare them for high
Prepare them.
To
school.
win.
All right. So I think, Candy, that answers your question. So those kids are going to be in grade 5.
Right.
So they would not be eligible
Correct.
for the
This
next
program.
year.
However, because, and this is one-off, we don't want this to be seen as a promise that for the 38 students, there are a total of 48 students who applied.
Right.
The 38 students that we did not select, as a one-off thing, we're going to go back and $500 worth of support. And again, we're not giving them the money. We're going to do a needs assessment. Some of them will need textbooks. Some of them will need clothing to get back to school. That's a total of 19,000 US additional commitment Global Humanity Network is making. So a total of $79,000 by September 7th or 15th when school starts. That will be supporting these
Supporting
students.
the
48
students, so-
from 4 parishes.
But it's outside of the Beyond the Backpack program.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
one-off.
Right.
The 38 students are one-off. Next year, where we're scaling it, we'll do 20 students, a minimum of 20 students at a cost of 120,000 US. We're not promising that we will do anything with the students who we didn't select, because we're expecting that we could have 500 applications, right? Next year with the growth of the program. And we will stay in the same 4 parishes, but we'll add 4 more parishes to it. So we will keep 10 from the first 4 parishes, and then we'll do 10 additional students from 4 more parishes. And that's how we'll scale it across the country. And in 10 years is when we'll get to that mark, or earlier, depending, if we order a pallet of backpacks, 3,000 backpacks, that is $300,000. We will grow even faster. Not only will we be scaling it by increasing the numbers by 10, it'll be by 40. And I expect that is what will happen, because people want these backpacks. They want to be the first. You got backpack number 1. You are blessed, and appropriately so, right? So backpack number 1 is yours. Donna wanted it, I wanted it, but you did it before us.
All right, I'm going to say, look at God.
And I think it's also important to say that's the reason why we ask everyone to really support the initiatives and doing the donation, because to Candy's question, what happened to the other students, the more funding we have, then the more scholarships we can provide. If we don't have the funding, then we're limited.
Right.
And we know that the need is so great. So I think that's an important thing to really, have people understand that the more you support what we're doing and you donate, then it's the more that we can do. And it's also important to really also state that with GHN, one of our things that we're proud of is that every money received, all the donations we get for a specific initiative, all the funding goes to that particular initiative. There's nothing that comes out for administrative cost or overhead or anything of that nature. All the money will go towards that particular initiative. So if you donate and you said, I'm donating towards Beyond the Backpack, that's what that money's allocated for. It's not going towards anything else. So in order for us to grow, then we need others to come on board with us and donate.
Listen, I might be giving away one of these backpacks at my event next month, so make sure you are there. As a matter of fact, I'm committing to giving away one of these backpacks.
Our five.
Doc says 5.
We don't deal in one. You know,
right.
we are in
Let's see what
multiples.
happens. Let's see what happens, Doc. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, but I know I'm gonna play my part as far as this is concerned, because what I love, so you are not just, if you are supporting this initiative and your interest is just getting a backpack, we're gonna talk about the other ways in which we can get support in a minute. People can support the initiative, but if you're listening in, and it doesn't matter how much, if you can't give like a large donation, and what you're also helping to do is to advertise, because somebody's gonna see the backpack and ask what is beyond the backpack, and questions, you know, like those. You're going to the airport, you're going somewhere, that's a way. So you are also helping to advertise the initiative so that other people can get on board. Do we get a little card inside of it that we can ask to nothing?
You're gonna have everything that you need to put it out there. We'll have a card, a thank you card, and all of that good stuff. You know, you're gonna have.
Please tell them to keep it with them so they can make sure, because some people don't know what it is. So they can say, okay, let me pull out my card and tell you what this is about.
Let me tell you how people all the way from Taiwan, a gentleman donated $10,500.
Wow.
If someone from a foreign country is doing it, what about us Jamaicans and Caribbean people? Because this is not just about Jamaica. We're doing Jamaica, then we're going to go into the entire Caribbean. We're bringing beyond the backpack into the entire Caribbean.
Wow.
This is not just a Jamaica. We're just starting there because of Melissa. Melissa is what Hurricane Melissa got us into Jamaica because the needs are so great. But this is not a Jamaica initiative. Global Humanity Network is not a Jamaican organization.
Says, count me in. Count me in.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Backpack, number 2. All right.
So Kenny said, count me in.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so if you're on and I know there are a lot of people that watches the show. That's one of the things we realize, but they might not say anything. So if you're on, this is a great way. And like I said, this Christmas is coming. And birthdays, and this is a great way to support somebody else, to give somebody a gift. So it could be a gift to somebody. So there are many ways in which you can, this backpack, I tell you, I wish everybody could feel what I'm feeling this morning. I don't think I felt a backpack this solid. This is like one of those brands, you know, that, and even some of the brands are not even good either. But this is solid.
Yes.
This is solid. This is solid.
Very classy.
And very classy.
It's going to last you for a long time.
It's only black.
Yeah, we're doing black.
I love that too. I love the idea. I love the black.
It's Jamaica color, right?
Yes, the black, green, and gold.
There you go.
All right. So, Doc, we were talking earlier about some other merchandise that you have. So here's another other stuff that people can get. So tell us about the other merchandise that are available.
We have a tote bag, right? That's what they call it, right?
A tote bag.
So we have a tote.
Yeah, we have a tote. Not say bag, just tote, right? we have our executive shirts right here.
And the
$65.
All right.
And we have our T-shirts, which is $25.
And if you look on the screen, you can see they are beautiful. You have individuals who are wearing their T-shirt. I see even Pastor Bishop McNeish on the stage. He has his jacket and his T-shirt underneath his jacket. Yes. So all the kids, and so you have different sizes too.
Absolutely.
Because I see the kids wearing their T-shirts as well. So, and you said something about hats, Dr. Donna?
Yes, we have hats.
This one, the cap right here.
Doc is wearing his cap, so you can see that on screen. Doc is wearing his cap as well. So we have hats, we have T-shirts, we have
the tote.
We have the tote.
And we'll have cups, and we're going to have it all.
Yeah, so you can, how can they get those things?
Okay, right now, what is available? T-shirts, the bag, the backpack, pre-order.
Pre-order.
So Dr. Don's shareholder individuals can send their funds in and notate pre-order.
Yeah, you would actually, to pre-order, you would send us via Zelle to Global Humanity Network at gmail.com. and you would just put your information. When you know how when you Zelle, you put your information, what it's for, and you'll have that form to fill out, and that's how you'll start pre-ordering.
So the Zelle is Global Humanities Network.
So
again,
Humanity.
Humanity.
Oh, Global Humanity. I don't know why I keep saying humanities.
Yeah.
Global Humanity Network. So for your Zelle, it's Global Humanity Network. What are some
at Gmail.
at Gmail.
at Gmail, Global Humanity Network at gmail.com. That is going to be if you're selling the money that, and so you can, yes, just like you say, whatever,
Yeah,
what
and
is this for, whatever,
Exactly.
you put all of that
Yeah.
information
For
there.
pre-order.
For pre-order.
And for the
Pre-order.
ordering, of course, we're going to do the jot form, the this, the that, and all that good stuff when we get ready to roll it out. But we need 200 pre-order by the end of August. That's what we need.
So 200 pre-order by the end of August. If each person can commit to between 5 and 10,
Yeah.
find 10 people, find 5 people. You buy 5 or you buy 10 and distribute them. We have a lot of organizations. You can buy it as an organization. Get 5 people in your organization. Get 10 people in your organization. I'm going to commit to push, help to push it in the different groups that I'm in. And you all need to bite.
Yeah. You know, a gentleman from Taiwan said, here is 7,000. So if I can give you 7,000 off the bat, why can't you go up to your Jamaican friends
and get that?
At 100? And he gave 7,000. So here we are, right? We got to stand up and show up for kids back home in Jamaica.
One of the things I saw on the video I was watching, there are different sponsorship level. Are those still available?
Yes,
Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah. It's on that video it's playing. And so we have a national sustainability partner that is 10,000 above. Then the student investment partner, it's $2,000. And then there's one, I believe, for 4,000, 8,000. So those are different tiers of sponsorship. And that's what Donna, when the video that we sent you, or the photo, flyer, a Collision with Purpose is a national sustainability partner at the 10,000 level. And that's what she shared. That Dr. Bingsley Davis is a national sustainability partner at 10,000. We also have a friend of mine who owns a healthcare agency here in Atlanta. He's a national sustainability partner as well. And of course, Y Studios, he is also a national sustainability partner. So people are donating, right? But we need to move faster. 10 students is a start, and that's all it is. And I know we're projecting 20 students next year, but we need to do better. We need to do 50 students next year. We need to spread it and let this thing grow faster than our projected growth plan.
And so the 20 students is just proposed
For next year.
for next year.
Yeah.
But there's a
minimum.
That's right. That's what I was about to say.
Minimum.
So that's the minimum expectation.
Yes.
So it's not saying that we're going to be just focusing on 20 students come next year.
Minimum.
So again, like I said, this is a really great initiative. Is there any other way that persons can get on board and support?
Absolutely. Probably the most important piece of this initiative or this program is mentoring. We need mentors. We need mentors not just for 10 students, for the entire student population, primary school student population in Jamaica. We are providing mentoring for them. So no matter, yes, we're in 4 parishes right now, but if you're from Portland and you need mentoring, we're there for you. Because students across the island need support. And mentoring is critical. We need mentoring as adults, right? Much less these kids. So we're very aware of the need. And so if you can't contribute money, you can come on board as a mentor and do that work. We need you real bad.
All right. So when I was listening to you, so the mentorship program is not even limited to these 10 students, not limited
No.
to a parish.
No.
So you are going to need a lot of mentors. Other people are here from other Caribbean islands, and so it's not just Jamaicans. How can people get involved in the mentorship program?
All right, bring us into your country. It's simple, right? We need to have a footprint wherever we go, right?
Right,
Dr. Dunn?
correct.
Bring us there. Talk to us. Tell us what your needs are.
In your
one
country.
thing, we don't know what anyone's and their needs are.
Candy, what are your needs in the VI? Sophia, if you listen, what are your needs in
Because
Barbados?
I think it's important to really reiterate that the organization, it's global humanity network. It's just so happened that majority of us, we are from Jamaica, but we are a global organization and we've done work globally. And we are registered here. We're a 501c company that is registered in Georgia, and we want to work globally. So if there's anyone out there and in your country, your community, you know that there's things that's happening, reach out to us, partner with us. And,
Awesome.
and let's see how we can make it happen for your area as well.
All right, let's go back to Jamaica. So the mentors are those. What about people are in the diaspora? Do you want local mentors? Tell us about
we
them.
need people.
Just you need
No matter
people.
where you
Yeah.
come from.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as you're
And
willing
then
to
once you
mentor.
get on board, you'll get a chance to understand exactly what your expectations
we have a
are.
mentoring charter, and we have guidelines on application. You have to do background, because we have to protect these kids. So it's just, like most mentoring programs, you must fill out the application. We have an onboarding process. We interview you, and so forth. Your background check in the U.S. or in other countries is sufficient to be presented for approval in Jamaica. Because we follow Privacy Act and safety guidelines for our children in Jamaica as a very important part of our program. So we need mentors from everywhere. And I'll tell you this, before we had our launch, I was having weekly meetings for mentors. And I'll tell you, the number of principals and teachers from the different parishes who are on board is amazing, their commitment. They see this as a way forward. They be on the backpack mentoring program as a way forward for their students. So even though so many of these principals and schools didn't receive a scholarship, they understand that it's not just about their students, it's about students in Jamaica, period. All right? And so they're 100% on board and committed to move forward with us.
Awesome. What an amazing work that you are doing through this initiative.
No, we're not doing it. We don't give us any credit for anything. And I want to stand here today and tell you, it is not about us. It's our responsibility. We have a responsibility, all of us, to do what we're doing. Take us out of it and keep it about the needs and the work.
I love that. It's about our ability, our responsibility to the children, our responsibility to the nations, because like I said, this is global, a responsibility to the world that needs us, our ability to open the door. We're opening the door for somebody else.
And that's what access is, right?
Yeah.
Open the door. And the stability is to get community on board. And, and then advancement is to keep the funding coming. And sustainability, again, is to keep these kids in there, even when they're challenged, when their families are challenged by all types of situations. Is how do you stay with them through mentoring, through personal development, that whole child approach. That's where the sustainability piece come into play.
Awesome. Adasa says, wow, wonderful. Candy saying in their country they're losing their youths to violence and the youths are losing their vision for the future, and we see that right across. Because I was I'm not calling any names, I was in a Caribbean island and I looked and I'm like, I saw something and everything else looked like it was all right, and then you saw the youths and you're like, We're losing our youths everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're going. So this initiative is so important to, to call them back in, to bring them back to where they need to be, and not just bring them back, is to keep them there and guide them through their journey. One thing about because I'm going to ask you, even though, the program is for grade 4, almost a 4th grade, for grade 4 through, and you take them on that journey from 4th grade all the way through high school. For the mentorship, is that just primary schools, or is that
it's even
right
for
across?
adults. It's even for adults. Remember, we're doing parents, right? It's even for adults. So the mentoring is for everyone who needs it.
Awesome.
And we have criteria there as well. Who can become a mentor?
Okay.
There's some age limitation, and matching is critical, So we try to look at mentoring from matching people, similarities, skill sets. Let's say you want to become a doctor, and we find a student, that's where they are. We find someone from that career approach, but we also find someone from other areas that the child need as well, the mentoring piece.
Awesome, awesome. Like I said, I just love what you're doing. If you are just listening to us, we are at the end of our show. But if you were just coming in, today we were having a transformational conversation, a life-changing conversation with Dr. Laxley Stevenson and Dr. Donna Thompson about the Beyond the Backpack initiative. And then we took you behind the backpack. We got the chance to take you behind the backpack. I also took you inside the backpack when I went inside the backpack, but we took you beyond the backpack. Dr. Donna, Dr. Laxley, it is a pleasure to have you guys on this morning. Guys, remember that you have, this week, as when I did the workshop, one of the big questions is, who are you, or what do you have in your hand? You have enough in your hand to help to support this initiative today. And so we want every single person to get on board. And I don't just want you to get on board. Start telling your family members about this, because like what has been said, this is not just a Jamaica, it's a global initiative. And if you know anything about Global Humanity Network, they are working right across the globe. And so you need to, here's an initiative that they have launched that you can come on board, you can play your part. And it doesn't matter how small, it doesn't matter how large, you can start with a hat, you can start with a tote, not a tote bag, Doc. You can start with a hat, I'm just messing with you. You can start with a hat, you can start with a tote, you can start with a backpack, you can start by buying a couple stuff. You can start with a t-shirt, because if you just buy any one of those, you're also helping to promote and allowing others to be aware of what is happening and how we are helping these kids. Global Humanity Network, Beyond the Backpack, needs to sell 200 backpacks by the end of this month. Pre-order. Then you have to pre-order these backpacks. So myself have committed to one. Candy has committed to the second. So Candy and I have committed to 2 of the first pre-ordered backpacks. So you can be that third person to commit to a backpack. You can be the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. You can be the 200th person to commit to buying a backpack. And you don't have to just stop at buying a backpack. Grab a t-shirt, drop it in your backpack. Grab a hat, throw it in your backpack. And just for clarity, these are the pre-ordered backpack. So what is interesting about this is that you are going to be one of the first persons holding that backpack. You might be able to put your backpack on your back before I get to put mine on my back. All right. The one I had on was a prototype, so they're not leaving that one with me. So this is the prototype that we have, and I want to show it. The only thing I wish this morning is that persons could get a chance to feel, or as a matter of fact, you don't even have to feel the bag. if you look at the bag, I don't think what is happening on screen does justice to the bag itself in terms of the quality of what you're getting. So you have a charger, on the bag, you have support at the back of the bag. If you're traveling, you can put the bag on your carry-on, and you don't have to lift it up. And if that's you, some people don't like to lift up a lot of stuff. You know, you can. That's me. I love to put mine on my carry-on.
On the little handle.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Once I realized that they had backpacks with these, this is what I start carrying when I'm traveling, because you're carrying the bag is so much issues here. This is what I carry. So you can get your backpack, get it for your kids, and especially you are in the diaspora, the black, green, and gold, support, and we know everybody out there love Jamaicans. Support these kids. It's about kids. Yep. It's about kids everywhere. Think about your kids. Think about giving these kids a future. That is what we're setting them up for, a bright future. So play your part, and you can play your part in many different ways. Again, Dr. Laxley, Stevenson, thank you for coming on. Dr. Donna, thank you so much for coming on this morning. It was just so great having you. And I'm glad the first show you came on is Voices Behind the Mask in the U.S.
Before we go, can you read what on the tagline? On the tagline?
Okay, so the bag says, beyond the backpack, empowering students, building futures.
There you go.
Empowering students, building futures. And that is powerful. That is powerful, but that is exactly what the initiative is doing. Thank you guys so much. Thank you and your team for this type of initiative for our kids.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on. All right.
Before we go, any last words from Dr. Laxley and Dr. Donna as we any last words? Anything you want to say to the audience?
My thing is what I've been saying, that the future of Jamaica has a face, and that face, that is the face of a child.
I love
who's
that.
walking to school, don't have transportation, don't have food on the table in the morning. That is the future, that face. So we, as responsible adults, must find a way to support these kids. We must, and that's my final say.
There you go. I love that. I love that.
And just echo Doc, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to invest in our future generation, because at the end of the day, our future generation are the ones that's going to be here to take care of us, because we're going to be old and we're going to be gone. Mm-hmm. But we have to think about what are we leaving behind. So It is our responsibility to make sure that we're doing the work. And so invest in Beyond the Backpack.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And before you leave, remember Unmasked, the 7-year celebration for Voices Behind the Mask will be on the 20th of September right here at Caribbean Life. The tickets are $70. It's on Facebook as an event, so you don't even have to go anywhere. You can tap right there. I'm gonna put it also on TikTok, on all the platforms. It will be there. You can just and that is also an initiative to feed, because a lot of students in Jamaica are not on the PATH program, and so they are going to school like many of us who went through the same thing. They're going to school without lunch, and so the initiative is to start small to Doc and to start helping to feed these kids, something I used to do as a teacher, out of pocket. So now we are launching, Voice Behind the Mask is launching this initiative in Jamaica. So just to feed a few kids and see and scale this as we go. So buy a ticket, even if you're not coming. If you have another event to go to, buy a ticket. It's only $70. So we have Unmasked and a number of other events. Today there is a charity golf tournament that's taking place today. That's the, Lord, what's his name again? That is foundation. I can't remember. Terrence D. Foster. The Terrence D. Foster Foundation. They are having a golf tournament today. I will post that on my page so you get the details. Global Sisters Network, they have their event in December. The Barbadian Youth Big Association, they have their event in November. I think there are a number of other events that are coming up. There is Atlanta Blessed that is coming up. I'm trying to remember. There is Winx also have their event on the 12th. Support. This is a lady who have a lot of events just to help people to come out and sell their stuff. So it's time that you support her. Monique has her event on the 12th. So go ahead and support. And people, I'm asking you, please send me your flyers. It's really difficult. I'm trying to search for all of these flyers on Facebook, but sometimes I don't get a chance. I need your flyers every Thursday. Send me your flyers. You want to send me again, but send me every Thursday so that I can start uploading these flyers. Searching for them is very, very hard. So just send them directly to me and I will be showcasing it. Tell me about your events that you're having and I'll also come and cover your events that you're having. And you see me out there up and about, and I've been doing that as well. If you want the promotion, you want people to see what you're doing, get me out there to showcase it. Voices Behind the Mask is on the move. Again, I'm Dr. Alderene Foote, your host of Voices Behind the Mask, where we tell you every week is your season to go, to grow, and to glow in your purpose. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to my entire audience who was listening in on the radio, on Facebook, wherever you are. Caribbean Life have a number of programs. We have Meet the Browns. Man, I love that program where Candy and Reds are in the room. The Browns, Candy and Reds are in the room. I want you guys to sit in from 7 to 8. It is Reds, 7 to 8 on a Monday. We have some amazing show. We have some amazing show on the radio, so ensure that you're tuning in to Caribbean Life Radio. There's something for everybody. So tune in and just jump on and listen to what we have going on here. Again, guys, have a good one, everybody. Have a blessed week, and I will definitely see you next week. Same time, same place. And if you want insurance, it's Nally Daily State Farm Agency.
Before the mic is live and the world can hear the sound, I'm asking for a covering upon this holy ground. Build a hedge of fire around Alderene Foote today. Keep the shadows and the static a million miles away. Guarding every heart through the broadcast night. Protection over the airwaves. Peace in the booth. Covering Dr. Foote for the bringing of the truth. Let the perfect shield be raised. Let the grace flow free. Guard the show, guide the show for the whole world to see. Grant them discernment in every word they say.